In our match of the day, Benny, we ventured to the Northern Football League. What a fantastic day it was there. Huge crowd, the big clash, Bundoora and Heidelberg. And I tell you what, they know how to do things well there too, Benny. In the luncheon.
Oh, it was a good luncheon, and they even had a comedian up there to entertain the crowd.
He was fantastic with his harmonica. And I'm not sure he replaced the harmonica or not, but Rod Eade was pretty entertaining as well.
Yeah, he had plenty to say about some of the characters he'd come across in his days in football.
At the luncheon, the White Ribbon Foundation has a wonderful relationship with the Northern Football League. We caught up with Councillor Trent McCarthy from the City of Darebin, and we also caught up with the CEO of AFL Victoria, Grant Williams. Football's involvement with the White Ribbon Foundation, that's got to be a good thing.
Oh, it's terrific. I mean, it's a perfect match because football's about the community, and the White Ribbon campaign is all about getting the community to actually face up to violence that happens in our community, and particularly violence against women, and to find ways to work together to stop that. So some of our great role models and supporters in the White Ribbon campaign are sporting players, footballers as well, and it's great to have the NFL coming on board in this way today. I see it's making inroads. It's about raising awareness and also sending out that message that violence is not acceptable, and it's the responsibility of all men to stand together and say that.
Well, Grant, another great year of local footy?
Yes, absolutely. It's great to be around grand final time. There's been several on over the last couple of weekends, and the Northern Footy League here today is no different. I was out at Eastern Footy League last weekend for their grand final battle, which was fantastic. Great crowd. Game a little bit one-sided at Noble Park in the end, but it's terrific to see the culmination of all the community leagues around the state.
You've come in to be CEO of AFL Victoria. What's been your impression? You must have had a different impression than when you first started.
Look, I've always probably been involved in amateur footy or community footy, certainly country footy. I grew up in the country, so I'm well aware of local footy and the importance of having a local, healthy local football club, but also a local football competition. I suppose since getting in the role, what it's given me is a great appreciation of more about metropolitan footy. So I've certainly been to a lot more games in this year than I have in the past, which has been terrific. I think the thing that struck me probably the most is just how many people come to the finals, come to the games, attend the functions. It's been really not so much of an eye-opener, but it's been really impressive. A number of great local people who want to attach themselves to the community footy club, and to see some of the clubs that are running around well run, well managed, and the number of people that support them, volunteers who give up their time and prepared to devote days of their week towards their local footy club, just terrific.
Do you think the AFL recognise that? Because in the past, I think a lot of people didn't think that they do.
Look, there's certainly a healthy respect for community footy and the importance of community footy at the AFL. I mean, as you would know, AFL Victoria now is the AFL. We're directly affiliated straight in. We're a department of the AFL. They know that, competitions like the Northern Footy League, I heard today, nearly 9,000 players. The Eastern Footy League, 10,500 players. They understand that the community football network that's out there is not only healthy, but, it's great for the game. I think there's a really good appreciation of community footy in the importance of it at the AFL, no doubt.
But without any further ado, let's go to the action in the first quarter of the Northern Football League Grand Final out there at Preston City Oval. Bundoora taking on Heidelberg.
The final game in the Northern Football League for 2011. Up they go, comes to the front of the pack. Again, it's Heidelberg getting a kick away, but sitting underneath the footy there, Matthew Hyde. Hyde has the footy and he's going to put it out to that outer wing position. He has a man all by himself who was able to take the mark. The Bulls going into attack with a long kick into the pocket. Cloak leads out, couldn't take the mark.
Chance here now for the Tigers to come out of defence. Taken over here on this occasion by Haydock. Comes over towards the grandstand side of the ground. Hasn't been over this side at all, but it's going to be a Bundoora free kick over here.
Yeah, marking interference it was. So Harrison, see if he's learnt from his first kick at goal. He was directly in front on that occasion. Comes in on this one. It's an acute angle. Comes in with the left foot, steers it on its way, but the goal umpire looks to the heavens. First on the scoreboard to Bundoora.
We go back to the highlights from last Saturday's Northern Football League Grand Final.
So the ball will be brought back into play. Good long kick. Up they go, and Cameron Cloak, he's up high, plays on straight away, playing at half forward, but at half back. Finds Harrison. He forced his way to the front of the pack, took the strong grab. They've got a man by themselves out there.
All alone is Trent Barbero. Couple of bounces into virtually an open goal. Goes bang, and the Bulls are on the march. Backhanded back. Again, Bundoora in the way. Dennis snapped it out of the air. His hand pass goes astray. Long kick in towards goal off the boot of Symes. Will bounce through for miraculous goal. Tigers still in it. 17 minutes gone. Final quarter of the 2011 season. Big thump away on that occasion by Cloak, but it's sharked here by Spence. Spence now for Heidelberg. Boots long into the open spaces. Nobody down there. Bounces awkwardly for them. Going in hard was Barbero. Keeps the ball ahead of him. Picks it up and handballs it off.
They're going to steam forward through the ends of Gluri. He takes a bounce. Outside the 50, not a great kick. Murphy was there, but he backs up a second time. Gluri, a little hand pass comes out. It ends up with Murphy, spills it, spills free. In they go again, hand pass being used. It's not effective, but Miller hand passes the ball over the top. Chance there for Harrison. He missed it. Comes back again. Adam Contessa kicks long, but there's a man back there. And that man was Dean Haydock. He couldn't hold on to the footy. It's over the boundary line.
It's through for a point, and they'll run it out of defence again. All the time in the world. Think that might have been Dennis. Yep. Kicked it high, looking there for Cloak, but at the back. No, it's a back. It's a Heidelberg kick here. And it will be taken on this occasion by Big Mickey Finn.
Finn wants to play on straight away, hooks it into half forward. Up they go, no one can take the mark there. Comes down.
He's paid it.
Sol Caddy was the one with the footy. Caddy's taken his boot off. So this will be an interesting kick. 1 foot in a boot. Sol Caddy comes in and puts it on its way. 8th on the scoreboard there to Heidelberg.
Chance here now for Nolan. He's been so good all day for them. Kicks it high. Another goal here would make it very interesting. Ball's tapped to the front of the pack. Roved. Kicked high. Right up in towards the goal square. The kick from Sinclair. Taking the footy there was Mark Favren. Goes bang. The Tigers have got 2 inside a minute.
And in Division 1, it was grand final day in the NFL. Bundoora running out winners over Heidelberg. Well, Daryl, Bundoora had the ascendancy for most of the day, opening up a 3-goal margin in the first quarter, and were able to keep it for most of the game. Yeah, the Tigers struck back though, Benny, and looked dangerous at half-time. Nothing, only 3 points in it at half-time, and Heidelberg held that lead. It was Bundoora's third quarter that really set them alight. And of course they were kicking against the breeze in the last quarter, and every effort was needed to stem the tide with Heidelberg coming home with that breeze. Cameron Cloak was just fantastic in the back. Well, he was playing centre-half forward and taking marks at centre-half back.
Well, I think he was the difference. I think he really was the reason they got over the line. His marking in that last quarter, in fact, for a lot of the second half, was nothing short of sensational. Joe Palazzolo was also very good for Bundoora. He was prominent for all 4 quarters of the game.
Big Matt Dennis was another one that worked well, and the big men were difficult to counter from Heidelberg's point of view. Yeah, but I thought the standout for the Bulls, even though they didn't name him in their best players, was the medal winner, Benny, and he was our player of the day, Michael Farrelly, or Farrelly as I think it's pronounced. Did a fantastic job for them. He was just a star for them all day. That blonde hair certainly sets him apart, but he got lots of kicks all over the ground. Adam Contessa was another one that worked hard, a non-baller that got a fair bit of the football and led the Bulls into attack. And Trent Barbero, another very good player for the Bulls, and did some inspirational things when it really counted. I thought Paul Harrison was another focal point for them. He took marks and, especially early, was very dangerous for the Bulls. Heidelberg, though, they didn't fall all that far short, only 10 points in the end, and they had lots of good players. Danny Nolan, who always gives his best, did it again last Saturday. He was great. I thought Peter Spence was another one that got possessions. He seemed to be able to get out by himself at times and drove them well into attack. Dean Haydock was one of my best. He just constantly kept getting the ball, especially in the back line. I think he probably got as many possessions as anyone on the ground. Blair Harvey led by example. The captain got in hard
hard for the footy and was inspirational at times. Jess Sinclair also showed his experience and kicked 2 goals and was a good player there for the Tigers.
Yeah, they had lots of hard tries on the day, but as I say, just falling 10 points short. Bundoora, it's their year. Congratulations to them. They are enjoying the moment. Fantastic achievement. They've had a lot of goes and, well, they've certainly arrived in 2011.
And, of course, the captain and the coach hoisting the cup to the air. And I caught up with a very happy coach, Phil Malin, and a very happy dad, Tony Shaw. Phil, congratulations, a great win.
Yeah, it was. Look, we always knew it was going to be tough against Heidelberg. You know, I said that after the game that, you know, when you're playing 8 grand finals, you know how to play them. So I'm just absolutely wrapped we could hang on.
It was a gutsy performance in the end by your boys.
Oh, look, you know, we'd had a perfect preparation into this game, you know, winning the second semi so well and getting a week off. You know, I thought held us in good stead. But as you could see, Heidelberg kept coming at us, which we knew they would.
At the start of the season, you had a couple of new recruits into the team and they've added a fair bit, haven't they?
Oh, I don't think we'd be here without them. You know, Gary Moorcroft, Camucciano and especially Cloak, you know, those boys have just added a new dimension to us and, you know, they've been fantastic all year.
What about the last quarter that Cameron Cloak put on? Because he saved you a couple of times there.
Well, I mean, he stood up, you know, and that's one thing he said to me before the game, that I'll give you 100% total commitment. And, you know, his last quarter, I reckon he took 6 or 7 marks that were, you know, desperately needed at that point in time.
But Michael Farrell, he was also good. He won the best on ground, but he was good all day too, wasn't he?
Look, Farrelly's been a very consistent player since he came to us. And strangely enough with him, he plays better in the second half of the season than the first. So we always knew he was going to get better and better as the year went on. But, you know, we had a lot of good players today.
You've played at a higher level. How does this rate in your career?
Well, I can't remember any others, so this one rates number 1 at the moment.
But it must be fantastic to lead a team and a good club like Bundoora.
Well, look, Bundoora have been successful for a long time without winning premierships. You know, we've played in the last 5 over the last 15 years, and Heidelberg have beaten us every time. So, you know, I said to the boys, I think it's our time, you know, to shine. And, you know, retrospect's a great thing, but, you know, we finished on top for a reason because we were pretty consistent, and I think that shone through today.
Anyway, congratulations, Phil. Fantastic win. Premiers 2011.
Can't wait. Beautiful, isn't it? Lovely. Thank you.
Tony, coming along to some local footy instead of league footy. Good dose of it today.
Yeah, it was a great dose of it. Well, if you can't watch your son, you'll never go to local footy. But, yeah, I was pretty proud of them today. They were fantastic. They've had a checkered career in the last probably decade. But my son, very proud of him too.
He leads the team well, and he had plenty of other leaders around him today.
Yeah, look, they probably went in probably favourites. It looked like in the end Heidelberg ran out of legs having to play that other game. So that was good. Look, you still got to do it on the day, and their first quarter wasn't great, but at half-time I thought defensively they got back in it. It was really a 0-0 draw at half-time, really, and it was a second half, and I don't know whether the lead was enough at three-quarter time. But look, it's a credit to him. Well done to Phil Malin. Like Phil's coached a lot of losing sides in grand finals over the period of time he's been in the Diamond Valley or Northern Footy League. Look, I'm so proud of my son. I didn't sleep last night. In 1990, I slept like a baby, but I didn't sleep last night. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, and I just wanted him. He's had a few kicks in the backside, so it's pretty emotional out there.
Anyway, good to have your son leading the team, being able to hold that premiership cup up.
Well, when I saw him with that cup, it brought back a few memories. But like he deserved. But this team, I think they've been the best side in the comp, nearly most of the year, and they showed that during the final. So it's fantastic. And the Northern Footy League, I think they do a great job. And again, the crowd was great again today.
Thanks, Tony.
No worries. Thanks.
And now for our very last Mordialloc Sporting Club Player of the Day for 2011, and a worthy winner, Benny.
Yes, we gave it to the on-baller from Bundoora, Michael Farrelly. Michael, final win.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's I don't know what to say. It's the boys been working hard for it all year, and we've been talking about it for a while now, and just doing the right things week in, week out, and we knew Heidelberg got a class outfit, and we knew it was going to be tough, and we beat them by 12 goals a couple of weeks ago. We knew it wasn't going to be the case, and I just saw it today. It came right down to the wire again. 10 points. So. Mate, I don't know. It's amazing. With that breeze, we just knew we had to dig deep and work a bit harder. And, credit to all the boys. Everyone just put their hand up today. It was unreal.
Shouldn't point anybody out, but Cameron Cloak's last quarter was just sensational, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's been superb all year. The way he just gets around the boys, the leadership, and the way his work rate around the ground, it just lifts everyone up. And a player like that only needs 5 minutes to sort of turn a game around. He was a bit slow the first half, but in the second half, it was unbelievable.
The desperation was shown by both sides, in hard for the footy, and your backline held up.
Backline's been superb all year, and Phil's got a saying, defence wins premierships, and today just proves the point. Today they were fantastic, and we've got a few blokes who can go down there and rotate through the midfield, so the way they just stood up, and it was just unbelievable.
Anyway, congratulations, best on ground, and also Moody Alex Sporting Club, dinner for two down there at the Moody Alex Sporting Club.
Oh, great, thanks for that, cheers.
And Michael wins a dinner for two to the value of $100 down at any of the restaurants or bistros at the Moody Alex Sporting Club.